A very good afternoon to all of you. Most of you must have lost the energy probably because of the energy which she is carrying. सभा पे उपस्थित सारे अतिथिगणों का मेरा हृदयपूर्वक नमन है. I'm honored to be called up here, and I'm happy that one of my students is also sitting over here. So that is Miss Jyoti. Like I taught her probably 10 years back, right? Now everything has been shared with you. I'm honestly telling everything. Sara kuch khatam ho gaya. Like Rahul Gandhi says, khatam. That is the khatam. Everyone has given the best of the advices, the best of the suggestions, the best of the sutras for life. Now there is nothing left for me to share with you. This is what each one of us thinks, right? But the moment people were telling, I was prepping up my own preparation, what I should be speaking with you. Like the first day of the college, wonderful. So that she has taken, college ka pehla din hai, chala gaya. Sir has taken one of the points, we now need specializations. We do not need journalists. Wo bhi chala gaya, right? But then what is remaining? What is pending for us, right? So the moment I think about this thing, always I get Gita as one of the answers for all such things. How many of you have read Bhagavad Gita? Parts chalega, right? We cannot read the entirety of it, parts only, right? So there is one beautiful shloka wherein which, Arjuna is confused to kill his own brothers. How am I going to fight with them? Like how am I going to fight with them? The best of the speakers over there, right? And the answer comes to Arjuna, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balvaddadam tasyaham nigraham manye vayo iv sudushkaram. Right? जो मन है वो इतना चंचल है, इसको काबू में करना वायु को अपने मुट्ठी में रखने जितना मुश्किल है, कठिन है. उसको जीतना मुश्किल, बहुत कठिन है, राइट? अभी बहुत सारी चीजें बताई जाएंगी, बहुत सारी चीजें सिखाई जाएंगी, पर क्या सीखना है, कैसे सीखना है, that is your choice, right? And everyone has probably made up their mind, right? HR, marketing, full stack developers, the BCA people, full stack developers, right? PHP coders and all, right? Don't jump to conclusions, right? So Neil Armstrong, the moment he has set foot on the moon, what has he said? 10th of July 1969, what has he said? Anybody? Have you forgotten that part? Or all are from the engineering background who have watched the conspiracy theory? We did not land on the moon. Now I'm an engineer and we started believing in the first month itself, हम चांद पे गए नहीं थे. Area 51 नाम का जगह है, वहाँ पे सारी शूटिंग हुई थी और बहुत कमाल की शूटिंग थी. A small step for man and a giant leap for the mankind. Small step. The man is putting his foot on the moon, but what is he talking about? A small step. Every day small step. छोटे छोटे चींटी के जैसे कदम. Right? छोटे छोटे कदम ले. Don't think what you have to become 2 years after, 3 years after, 4 years after, 10 years after, 20 years after. What you have started in the morning and what have you become today, by the end of the day, should be the purpose of life. Now I come from an art of living background and we call it as living in the present moment. बहुत सारे हम हैं जो कि या तो वर्तमान की सोच नहीं रहे, हम भूत में फंसे हुए हैं. क्या हो गया, कैसा हो गया, यहाँ कैसे पहुँचे, वहाँ कैसे पहुँचे, या फिर एक अलग सा कुतूहल है, वहाँ पहुँचना है, वहाँ पहुँचना है, वहाँ पहुँचना है. How many of you are having this anxiety? How many of you are in the present moment? If I may ask, only one participant, a very poor survey sample. मेरे को 30 का sample चाहिए होगा जिससे I can call it as a normal distribution, right? Else this survey is meaningless. How many of you are living in the past? How many of you have? Put it out. Put it out. Show some energy. Good afternoon हुआ इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि afternoon खत्म हो गया, right? How many of you are dreaming and desiring for the future? Now my question is why? Do you have a control over it? Can you control it? Then why are you thinking? मतलब ज्ञानी है सबके सब ज्ञानी है कि भाई भविष्य में कुछ भी हो सकता है, चिंता क्यों कर रहा है, मन को व्याकुल क्यों कर रहे हो? right? So that is the second point, I'm giving to you. Now when it comes to intelligence, it's not just the specialization or generalization. There are a lot of intelligences which we need to think about. Critical thinking, mental thinking, intuitive thinking. There are many other. So if you go to your entire body, you'll find that each of our body possesses a chakra. How many of you are aware of the concept of chakras? क्या है ये? ऐसे घूमते रहते हैं. What are these? Energy points हैं. Okay. Any other answer? Energy points के अलावा क्या है ये? अच्छा, all of us possess that energy points? All of us have that? No? Sorry to say, all of us have the same energy points. You know why? We all come from the same Anu. We all come from that Paramatma. And that's why the concept of, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Even if we hate each other, dislike each other, love each other, we are all one. Single planetesimal. And each one of us has the same energy. Yes, the blockages are there. If we clear those blockages, we'll be able to do a lot of good things. So whether you are a journalist, specialist, you're nothing. A lot of times, doing nothing is also something, right? And on that note, I would request you to go to the Nothing University. Do not have to leave this university, but there is something called as a Nothing University. Have you heard about that? Any marketing enthusiasts over here? Marketing कोई नहीं करना चाहता? अरे सही से उठाइए, ठीक है? I have a couple of books in marketing, and as of now, Swayam, I am running a course on international marketing. And I am honestly telling you, there is a Nothing University. It is by 5-star. They'll tell you how to do nothing. Right? And that's a fun element. Get that thing also. So, sir, not just journalist or specialist, you have to be nothing also sometimes. खाली भी रहना जरूरी है. अगर खाली नहीं रहेंगे तो विचार नहीं आएंगे, आचार नहीं आएंगे. Right? Just have to speak. Simply meditate or do, listen to music, whatever you feel like. Now the fourth point is that she was talking about, sir was talking about negotiation. She talked about meeting people, like from her father she has learned that logo se miliye acha lagega. Now I'll just put it in a single word. It is conversations. What makes life meaningful is conversations. Have as many conversations as possible, right? Don't talk about bombing Pakistan or taking care of some extreme nahi chahiye. Talk about something which are like credible, right? Now from where would you converse if at all you do not have the words? Learn new words. If you do not have the words, how to get the words? One way is, she has told, books. How many of you have purchased books so far? Academic के अलावा, academic भी नहीं खरीदते मुझे पता है. नहीं तो मेरी किताब बहुत बिक रही होती. You're buying books, reading it, right? How many of you are watching movies, especially on the OTT? Not watching movies? Watch movies. You get characters, you get storylines. Now my idea of watching a movie is to look at the sets. The moment you go in, Bombay दिखता है, दिल्ली दिखता है, लखनऊ दिखता है, कानपुर दिखता है, कैलिफोर्निया दिखता है. Setup है ना? There's a geography that plays a very, very vital role for people, right? Now when I speak in Hindi, I'm not a Hindi native. Now she has learned English 10 languages. I have learned Hindi in the last 10 years. I'm not a native Hindi speaker, right? I'm coming from down south, and there we dislike Hindi people. I'm honestly telling you. Right? But we have to learn because we are part of this particular country. That has to be respected, right? So learn to converse, watch movies, and that's the best way you can get insights into, right? So these are certain things I would tell you. Now the final word which I would be closing up with is that Jaisa Ann Vaisa Man, right? Vice Chancellor sir had said, जैसा आप बाहर का जंक फूड खा रहे हैं, right? तो वो जंक बनेगा, right? वो बनता है. We know, most of us know. A lot of us consciously consume nonsense food. We take it out. But then the other part is that not just the body, it is the thought also. Take the thoughts very, very, very selectively. A lot of people will speak with you. A lot of ideas would come to you, but then choose the conversations, choose the thoughts very wisely. Vivek ka prayog kare usme. Right? I don't know about the Vikas, which we are searching for many years, but Vivek is pretty much there with us. Use it wisely. Right? Are you agreeing with me or not? Now the best thing to take from Shiva, like Lord Shiva, is that Samudra Manthan का कितने लोगों ने सुना हुआ है यहाँ पे? समुद्र मंथन हुआ था. There was a churning that happened between the Rakshasas and the Devs. A lot of things have happened, and then Kalash निकलता है, and then people are just crying for हमें अमृत चाहिए, हमें अमृत चाहिए, right? But then there is a wish on top of it. Who took that wish? Why? He can what? He can hold that, right? So the interpretation goes little different in down south. Shiva, end of the day, is a human form only, right? Any human consuming any sort of poison or a toxic substance will be losing the life. Those who chhe haddi jayega, muscles jayega, right? That would happen. But then Shiva never took that as wish. His intention was clear that uske niche amrit hai. He has taken it, and the other part of it is that the wish has not gotten down his throat. It is pretty much there in his kant. That's why he's Neelkant. Right? So purity, whatever you're consuming, with purity if you consume, even if you're consuming the toxicity of the world, if you consume it with the purity and clarity of thought and a great intention, you would find it very meaningful. Right? So keep learning, keep growing. Every day we have to learn, every day we have to grow. 2 साल का कहानी नहीं है ये. You are not just a 2-year framework. 20 हो सकता है कुछ अच्छा कर गए, 200 बहुत अच्छा कर गए, 2000. एक सदी आपका इंतजार कर रही है. So with your great energy, change our futures. And I strongly believe that each successful generation that comes is smarter than each one of us. Right? So she said that, we have read books and all those things, we must be knowledgeable, one glass and all those things. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You are the future and you are going to change it. Thank you so much.